Right. Hi guys. Okay, I'm Dave, and this is video number 2. I'm going to be speaking to you a little bit about my experience of running an Airbnb and getting used to posting regularly, and be practicing getting comfortable in front of the camera and not overthinking things and just producing the content, getting it out there for whatever reason. Hopefully this can be helpful for you and beneficial. Maybe you're just starting out in Airbnb and you're nervous, you're trying to get some information, you want to learn a little bit. I do have 9 years experience doing this. I don't have much experience doing YouTube, no experience doing YouTube, but maybe I can create something that's a little bit helpful and useful for you. You never know. Also, if you are watching this content and you comment on in the video, or you try to reach out on the video, if there's anything you want to know, you're welcome to ask questions, make comments. If there's anything you want me to share from my experience, or any advice I can give, any help, but obviously please no trolls, no negativity. I'll just delete you or block you or cancel you or whatever it is. And don't know, we'll see, because I've never had a troll on YouTube before. But yeah, please, just positivity. I'm trying to do something positive and good. I'm not trying to hurt anyone's feelings. If you don't like me, don't watch. If you like me, watch. If you think I know what I'm talking about, you're welcome to try to ask me for advice. If you're having a tough time, you just need somebody sympathetic, great, I'm here. Otherwise, yeah, kind of common sense stuff, really. And then the one thing I will say is my son's the one that inspired me to get onto YouTube and to start producing content. He's got his own page, he's got loads, he's got 130 subscribers. Very proud of him. He's just turned 14, very proud. Love my son, obviously. And he's the one that inspired me to think, hey, maybe I can also produce my own content. I can stop watching all these other people and actually whip out my phone and start filming myself and just posting. Enough said. I don't have to overthink it. I don't have to plan where it's going or think about where it's going, and just do that. And even if I'm enjoying it. So I don't have to overthink it. But my son's YouTube is dadface1. So again, be nice, be kind, understand he's a kid, he's a teenager now actually. So, but if anyone sees this and they want to be kind and supportive, he's practicing, experimenting, playing around with editing and filming styles, and so just bear with him, I think all kids these days want to get into content creation as a career. That's what they would, and I don't blame young people, because with AI and computers and with technology and with the online world and the internet, lots of jobs are disappearing. It's part of the reason why I'm doing Airbnb, because in the past I might have gotten a job in a bank, or which is you don't really need. There are not that many banks anymore, because everything's online, or in the financial industry, I might have become a financial advisor like my mom, but now people do all their finances online. So who knows, maybe content creation plus Airbnb plus I run a plumbing company, maybe the plumbing company, Airbnb, content creation, this, that and the other, who knows. But a person has to be adaptable. Okay, so how I got started with Airbnb. So my family owns a big house here in Cape Town, South Africa. We own a big family home, and my mom was getting a bit older. I was living away from home, and my mom had a painting by a famous artist called Irma Stern, and it was a family, I don't know, heirloom, is that the word? Family heirloom? The Irma Stern painting has been passed down from a couple of generations, maybe 2-3 generations passed down, and it was kind of foofy and worn out, and it was getting moldy, and there were fish moths. So it wasn't like it was over 100 years old, the painting. It was quite worn out and mouldy and crummy. But Irma Stone is in South Africa anyway, I don't know about overseas, but here, very valuable, famous, successful artist. And her artwork sells for a lot of money. So my mom had this painting, she sold it, and the money, the proceeds from the sale, she sold it overseas, it got pounds, and we got the exchange rate was 22 or 23 to 1. So 23 rand to £1. And she, I think, got £100,000 for the painting, and then after taxes, duties, levies, commissions, whatever, she got about 1.5 million rand, which was enough to build on at the family home. So where the garage was, we knocked that down and we built on a whole extra section of the house, an extra 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom flat with its own kitchen and lounge, kitchen, lounge, 2 bedrooms, a study. It was a lovely little place that was built on to the family home, so the house was made bigger, and we did take a couple of rooms from the main house, was used in that section, and the idea was myself and my wife would move in there and live there. And we did. So when my wife and I got married, we moved in that side and we lived there for about 6 years. And then when I started my plumbing company, I didn't have any money to start my plumbing company, so I had to borrow money from the bank. And when I got very busy, I had to hire lots of staff and find money to pay them and have cash flow to pay them. And I had to buy vehicles so that the guys could get in a vehicle and go out and do work. And there was equipment that needed to be bought, and marketing and advertising and fuel. So I would have periods where I made lots of money and periods where I made very little money. But just the running costs, I was finding very difficult. So what my wife and I decided about 9 years ago was, oh, we've got this big house, we could easily make a plan to move back to my mom's side, and this new 2-bedroom apartment that we built on, we could, and I had a friend as well, a friend and business partner, somebody I work with and do jobs with. He's a builder and I'm the plumber. He was doing Airbnb and making a fortune. And my wife and I, we'd gone away a few times and stayed in Airbnbs. And it was normally somebody's house where they'd have some cupboards locked. You could see, oh, this is a family home, would have all their pictures up. And the Airbnb concept was just sort of taking off, evolving, growing, where it was a new idea, and suddenly was getting popular. People didn't want to stay in actual B&Bs or actual hotels. You could stay, depending on your price range, you could stay anywhere you wanted or as close to where you needed to be. So it was very popular. So then I thought, oh, well, great. We can, and it's flexible as well with Airbnb. You can get the app, and I, the host, can choose which days I want to make available. And if I get sick of hosting, I'm not getting a permanent tenant, signing a lease agreement, and now I know that they're there for 12 months, and I'm committed to making that space available for 12 months. No. And also, it's more profitable Airbnb. So what I did 9 years ago, when I was having a tough time, heavily in debt, and just thinking of creative ways to get out of debt quickly, we made that side that we built with the sale of the painting, made that side available on Airbnb. And we thought, well, we'll just see how it goes. And immediately, I think my pricing was very low. Immediately I got a lot of interest. And I found that from day one for the last 9 years, I've never struggled to get bookings. Sometimes I have to play around with the pricing and take better photos, but never struggled to get bookings. Always have bookings, always fully booked, always have lots of interested people. So I started making money. I put it on the app, advertised it, and within a week I had a booking. So I was instantly, and within the first day or two, people were booking for a week's time. I was, oh my gosh, now suddenly this experiment's become a reality. So then I had to move frantically, get the place set up clean, and it was all old furniture, old bedding. I had to buy stuff secondhand. There was this frantic, mad, crazy rush to get it all going, and yeah, so that's how I got into it. And I paid off 2 vehicles in the first year. I paid off 2 plumbing vans that I had on hire purchase in the first year, and then my wife and I found that living in the same section with my mom was becoming hectic. It was not enjoyable, so we moved back. So for, let's say, the first 8 years of running Airbnb would be sometimes on, sometimes off, sometimes on, sometimes off. But what I love about Airbnb is I could choose to do that. You know, go back to living that side, and go back to living that side, get a kind of a break, a recharge, and then start thinking, God, I'm losing all this money. I'm just, this money that could be coming in. It's just then when I recharge, go back to my mom's side and do the Airbnb. At one point we also moved out because we wanted to do the Airbnb and we didn't want to live with my mom, and my mom had dementia and she kept coming across and starting fights because she felt like we weren't spending enough time with her. So then we moved down the road where we could still I could still see my mom every day and make sure she was okay and that her carers were treating her well, and I could run the Airbnbs, and I was running my plumbing company from her house in what was the old maid's quarters. So yeah, it was very good. I'm sharing the profits with my mom, obviously, and helping financially support her. Okay, yeah, so that's how I got into it. It was just lucky coincidence. Somebody else was doing it and told me about it, tried it out, loved it, have done well, and still doing it, and very happy. I was bad at first. Yeah, in the beginning, I didn't know anything. I was completely clueless. And I sometimes didn't change the bedding. I didn't clean properly. There would be old food left in the fridge. I didn't have any sort of quality control, or any common sense really. And I was trying to do it all on my own on the cheap because I didn't want to. I was obsessed with not spending any money on the Airbnb. So I would get all this really crappy second-hand furniture there's a place called St. Luke's Hospice where you get all deceased estates, disgusting furniture. Some of the stuff's really nice, but it was all, the main thing was it was super cheap. So I'd buy the super cheapest, rubbishest. I didn't want to paint a wall. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to fix anything. I didn't check that the toilets were clean. And my mom was living at the house. She's passed away. She died in 2021. My mom was living here, and she had dementia, and she would always want to go and meet the people and go across and think that they were her friends, or she would complain and bang on their doors and fight with them. So there was a lot of drama, and I didn't have a fence between my mom's section and the Airbnb, so her dogs would get in and out, and a lot of people got bitten by dogs. Or the dogs would go out and bark at them as they came out the front door. And a lot of people don't like strangers' dogs, and dogs don't like strangers. So I had to rework the design of the fence, and over time I bought better furniture and I bought better bedding, and I've learned to hire cleaners and to get help. Like my wife now, she does the Airbnbs full time with me, and so it started off. I got a lot of bad reviews. I didn't get a lot of good feedback, but yeah, so got making money from day one. That's what I loved about Airbnb. It was good money. It's much better money doing Airbnb than it is doing a permanent rental, and you can make money immediately from whatever. You just let people know the place is a mess. I'm just starting out. I'm broke. I need help. So sorry, gonna make it affordable for you, and they don't mind. People they understand how Airbnb works. And it's just part of your house that you make a bit of extra money from, and they just want somewhere close to where they need to be, or something affordable, or something temporary. They're not making a lifetime commitment. So it's a fantastic app. But I did have to get better at it and improve and take criticism well, and learn from criticism. I learned a lot. I've never learned anything from all the positive just we get overconfident. People say, oh, it's a wonderful day, it was amazing, fantastic, the best day ever, oh, I loved it so much, it was so, it's such a lovely house, and didn't learn anything. The people that complain about, oh, the bedding was disgusting, the bed was uncomfortable, those are the ones where I improved and got better. Or the dogs, I got bitten by the dog, and people are ruthless, they don't care. And with Airbnb, I only know what they think of me after I've posted my review and they finish their review, and I can't go back and edit my review. It's clever. So, and that's the thing, if you're not happy with a guest, give them a bad review. Because guaranteed, the ones that you're not happy with, they're not happy with you either. And you don't want to afterwards, you give them this rave review because you're too nice and you're a people pleaser, and you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, and then you find out afterwards, oh damn, they gave me 1 star out of 5 and they complained about stains and bedding and smells and all kinds of things. And now it's too late, I can't get revenge. Just be honest. Also, you want other hosts to know if this guest is a problem. If John did the booking and Kate arrives, and you're like, hey, but you're not John, and she's like, it doesn't matter, my husband did the booking. You're like, oh, but it should be the person who booked should be the one who arrives, and if they're loud, or they drink, or they complain a lot, or they want extra service facilities or services that are not advertised, put that in the review. It's fine. It's okay to not always, not always be the nicest person on the block, if that's what you want to do. But no, I'm generally Mr. Nice Guy who always gives positive reviews. But I have friends, a community of people that do Airbnb, and they have no qualms to give completely honest feedback to people. And maybe it helps that person know going forward to moderate their behavior, and B, you don't want hosts naively allowing people into their homes and maybe they steal or break things, or they drink and they vomit in your pot plants. I've had all those sort of things. So I'm making better. Do I struggle to get bookings? No. I've never ever struggled to fill up my bookings or I've never struggled for interest. And I didn't have the best photos in the beginning. I didn't have a nice catchy title. I don't know, it's just maybe there's an undersupply in my area of Airbnb where there's a lot of demand. The best thing I found, have a nice cover photo, have something that draws a person, and try to come up with a fun, quirky, cool title, or something that summarizes something unique or special about my Airbnb or your Airbnb. Or is it close to public transport or shops or restaurants? Put something in there, a little hook. Don't give a bland, generic title, but anyway. I've played around with titles many times, and I found ones that work and get me lots of bookings, and which types of photos to have as my cover photo to draw people in to get their interest. It's nice to have something that gives them an idea of the atmosphere, the charm, what's unique about your place. But the best way, if there's high demand, I put my prices up, and because I also don't really want to get lots of one-night bookings. So with the one Airbnb, the 2-bedroom, I have a 3-night minimum. You have to book for 3 nights. The 1-bedroom, the little 1-bedroom, which was the maid's quarters and then my office for a couple of years, a person can book for 1 night. That's fine. But that one's very easy to clean and get ready for the next guest. But now over December, there's high demand because a lot of people are coming to Cape Town for summer over Christmas. So I could put my prices up. So my Airbnb prices are going up, and I'm fully booked ahead of time now already for the next 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and a lot of interest. People are very happy, enough said. Lots of money, lots of work, lots of bookings, but I can charge a bit more. And then maybe in winter there might be a dip where it gets a bit quieter, and then don't want to get too overbooked, especially not a lot of one single night stays. So then I might drop the pricing a bit, and what I'll do, so if drop the pricing, suddenly interest peaks, a lot more bookings, and then if I see, oh gosh, we're getting too many bookings close together, it's going to be difficult to clean and set up and get in there and have a look, and if anything's broken, missing, needs to be fixed, anything needs to be maintained, painted, because there's a lot of work involved between guest stays. So then what I'll do is I can go onto the app and I can block off days. So I'll block off days when things are getting too hot and too popular and too busy. I'll block off some days, and then that gives me a bit of a breather in between. But no, I've never struggled. Haven't even tried other apps. So I played around with something called bookings.com. I don't know if that's international. But I played around with some of the other bookings apps, but I was worried that bookings on this one and bookings on that one might clash. And how do I have the time and the effort and the energy and the interest to manage 5 or 6 different apps? If I had like a period when I was getting 0 bookings, then I might look at a couple of different bookings applications or websites or whatever. Yeah. No, never struggled. Very, very happy experience and very profitable. Good. I've been very happy with. Oh, and have a good weekend. Have a good week, everyone. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to keep it bite-sized chunks of information and manageable. And please forgive me that I'm brand new at this and I'm not good. I'm trying something new, and there's lots of energy and happy feelings and excitement and lots of planning and thinking, and yeah, as I go along I will get better and I will improve, and thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. Have a really good week, and yeah, I hope you're doing well and you make lots of money, and if you're doing Airbnb, good luck, and keep at it, and don't give up. It's worth doing, and yeah, cheers. Thank you. Bye.